Welcome back to another one of these all-college teams in Madden 19. Today we actually have a combination of two teams once again. If you can't tell yet, it is Michigan and Michigan State. Would have been kind of weird if you couldn't tell based on the thumbnail and the title and some of these players. I don't know, but Tom Brady, of course, can be the quarterback of this team since he went to Michigan 18 years ago. Obviously, like the best quarterback in the NFL. He's number 13. Who was number 12? That looks so strange. Can he really not be number 12? Let me figure this out. He's definitely going to be number 12, but I gotta figure out who is number 12, I guess, on this team first. Nope, he can be number 12. I don't know why he wasn't. Okay, well anyway, he's back to being number 12. If anyone else has a different number, I'm not going to bother changing it, but he, of course, will be the quarterback. Le'Veon Bell can be the running back. Is he the correct number? If he loads in, he's definitely not the correct number. Okay, number 37. That looks weird. I'll change him too. Is somebody else number 26? That's Le'Veon Bell's number, right? Somebody else is already number 26. I don't feel like figuring out who it is. I might just keep my number 27. Well, I'm just going to do that. Whatever, I don't really care who number 26 is. I wonder who it actually is. Is it like Jeremy Langford or something? Because I think I signed Le'Veon Bell after I signed Jeremy Langford. And it's not. He's number 43. Okay, I don't really care too much. Anyway, though, Devin Funchess, Benny Fowler, I forgot your first name, Amara Darboh. I know who this player is, I just forgot his first name. He is the third wide receiver. Actually, not too bad there. The wide receiver core is okay. Devin Funchess is pretty good. The other two aren't that great. I think Chesson went to Michigan. Deion Sims is down here, actually. Derek Carrier isn't supposed to be in like the starting lineup anywhere, but he's not going to get any touches there. The tackles in the offensive line are pretty good. They're both from the Titans, Taylor Lewan and Jack Conklin. Of course, Taylor Lewan going to Michigan, Jack Conklin going to Michigan State. And then we have Patrick Omame, Graham Glasgow, and then Michael Schofield. Yeah, Michael Schofield the third. All right, so not a great interior. Also, Mason Cole is here. I think he went to Michigan. Yeah, he did go to Michigan. I don't think I'm going to start him. Not really that big of a deal there. And then Jake Butt, greatest name in football, arguably, starting tight end. Deion Sims and Garrett Selleck right behind him. I almost said Garrick. Yeah, those guys are the tight ends. And then defensively, a great defensive line. I feel like the D-lines of these teams are all pretty good, actually. Brandon Graham, Frank Clark, Taco Charlton, Shalik Calhoun. I feel like that's his name. I think that's how I pronounced it in my Raiders rebuild. Hopefully that's right. And then defensive tackles, we have Maurice Hurst. The reason why I chose this team, I typically go with the team that drafted the first player out of the college, if that makes sense. This is not the case with the Raiders. I'm pretty sure Mason Cole actually went before Maurice Hurst. Could be wrong, so technically I should be the Cardinals, but Maurice Hurst will be a starter. Might as well just choose the Raiders here. So he's going to be the number 1 D tackle. Damata Pecco will be the number 2. William Golston, the number 3. And then we have Ryan Glasgow. I'm sure that's Graham Glasgow's brother or something. They look kind of the same. I could definitely see it. Trey Waynes, Darquez Denard, Jordan Lewis, Leon Hall are the cornerbacks. Then we have, I forgot your first name, Gerard Wilson, starting at free safety. Jabril Peppers, 85 overall. It's nice to see him succeeding with the Browns now, starting over there at strong safety. Linebackers, we have Ben Gideon, Jake Ryan, and I'm pretty sure, is this the player Bengal always says is the youngest player in the NFL? Pretty sure it's David Harris. Is it? I can't remember now. I feel like it's David Harris. Whatever. Most like electric player. He has some kind of meme going on with David Harris. I could totally be wrong. I feel like he said something like 2 years ago when he was 32, saying like, I'll flip his age around, 23, youngest player in the NFL or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. I could be completely wrong. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. I think this Bullo guy also went to Michigan. He went to Michigan State, actually. Okay, so that is going to be the team pretty much. Let me, I guess, go over special teams. We have, is this Matt Wiley? Or Weil, or something like that. He is eligible. Daniel Carlson is not, but I couldn't find a kicker, so Daniel Carlson will be that guy. And then here is what the specialist looks like. I think this team actually has the potential to play kind of well. We have a great quarterback, we have a great running back, we have a good number 1 wide receiver, a decent offensive line, and then a great defensive line with a decent secondary, honestly. That's really all you need. That's a lot of things, actually. But I think this team is actually pretty good. They're in a decent position here because, I mean, even when Tom Brady retires, which will likely be after this season, Kirk Cousins can come and back him up. Le'Veon Bell should be a great running back for us, though, the entire time. I will sim now, make sure nobody gets signed or anything like that, and I'll see you at the midseason. What is the record of the team at the midseason mark? 5-2. This team's actually playing really well. They're actually on top of the division. 4-3, 3-4-1 for the Chiefs, 2-6 for the Broncos. A lot of players here on the defensive side have an experience point. That's pretty cool. Offensively, not as many players, but still, there's a couple. I will bring back everyone, who I need to. I feel like I say that every single time. I feel like I use the same phrases all the time. I try not to, but it's kind of difficult, to be honest. You kind of just get into like a trend of what you usually say. So there's a ton of players here. I'll bring them all back, though, and then I'll scout and everything, and I'll see you at the end of the season. The team did not make the playoffs. What was the record all about? 6-10. Man, weren't we 5-2? What happened? 12-4 for the Chargers, 6-9-1 for the Chiefs, 6-10 for the Broncos. I really thought we were going to cruise to a playoff spot there, but apparently not. I guess Madden had other plans. 3-1-1 or 2-1-1 in the preseason. I lost the opening game 1-2, lost to the Browns, won a whole bunch in a row, lost the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Okay then. If we could have won like 4 of those, if we could have won half, we would have been fine. But anyway, let's check out stats. How did Tom Brady play? I don't think I've used him yet this season. Over 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 17 picks. Actually not a very good season by his standards. 1,344 yards for Le'Veon Bell with 13 touchdowns. Alrighty then. Devin Funchess gets over 1,000 yards with 87 catches, 5 touchdowns. Benny Fowler played pretty well, 882 yards, 6 touchdowns. Jake Butt had 1 touchdown. Le'Veon Bell had 7. Amara Darboh had none. Le'Veon Bell got more catches than Darboh. That's pretty cool. Blocking was pretty bad from the tackles, but I feel like good left tackles play badly all the time. I feel like that stat is so deceptive. Jake Ryan, 113 tackles, leads the team. We have 18 tackles for loss for Brandon Graham, 11 for Frank Clark and Maurice Hurst, and then 10 from Jake Ryan. We also have 13 sacks from Brandon Graham. 3 interceptions from Jake Ryan. That's a pretty good season there. 2 from Darquez Dennard. Don't know why I wanted to say 3. 2 from Trey Waynes as well. 1 from Jordan Lewis, Ben Gideon, David Harris, Jabril Peppers, and Leon Hall. So cool. All guys from Michigan or Michigan State contributing there in the interception department. 1 touchdown from Trey Waynes, no safeties, and we have no blocked kicks. 12th in the NFL in offense. Honestly expected Tom Brady to throw for like 500 more yards. Maybe we would have made the playoffs if he had done that. 7th on defense. Actually, kind of, to be fair to him, we have a pretty bad wide receiver core. Not many tight end options, so like that's a pretty good season considering like what he has to play with here. Anybody from the Raiders? Kind of forgot what team I was. Case Keenum makes it. Okay then. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Deshaun Watson. Le'Veon Bell though comes in at number 4. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Jack, who's already a 94 overall. Derwin James comes in 2nd. He's a 96 overall already. What is going on? Some players in this game are just so unbelievably good in simulation. Lamar Jackson was Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nobody from the Raiders, at least that I can see here. Defensive Rookie of the Year, of course, goes to Derwin James. Anybody from the Raiders? Maurice Hurst makes it at number 8. I'll take it. Jesse Bates down there, 86 overall. I think he's like an 83 normally, so it makes sense there. Experience points. No one has more than 1 on the offense. Defensively, we have 3 from Jabril Peppers, 3 from Maurice Hurst, 3 from Trey Waynes, 2 from a couple guys as well, so the defense progressing kind of well right now. There's actually a good number of players out of these colleges, which is pretty cool, but only like 4 of them are actually like supposed to go drafted, so those are the picks. Those will be the picks I will show you. Marquise Griffin, though, actually looks pretty good. He has a 6.7 combine at defensive tackle. Let's go with him for our first pick. 76 overall, quick development. Really not a terrible player. Of course, we reached on him by a ton, but I will trade away the next couple and then come back to you guys with another draft pick. I am now in the late 1st round, and we will obviously be reaching on these next couple guys. Also, I just scouted this guy down here just because he looks amazing. He ran a 4.38. He's 1st in the 3-cone, 1st in the 20-yard shuttle, and then he was 1st in that 40-yard. He looked really good. I just wanted to scout him to be a little bit jealous. Florida State has a very good running back on their hands there. But Nate Lynch will probably be the dude I go with first, even though he's probably not the best out of these guys. I'm sure Morris Brace is probably the best, but just based on the fact that his first initial scouting report said he was going to go in the 3rd round, let's go with him. He's a 72 overall, normal development. He will most likely start, which is kind of funny. I'm pretty sure he's going to start. And then with our next pick, we'll go with whoever was there. I'm honestly not sure who the other guy was. The guy above that cornerback is the dude I'll select right now. He's a right tackle. Looks absolutely horrible. Malcolm Gabriel. Welcome to the team. 70 overall, but does have quick development. Could potentially start, probably will start like interiorly. Interiorly? Is that a word? I don't know. Probably start at like guard or something. And then the last pick in the 1st round, let's select Morris Brace. Maybe we'll start, probably not. Very slow-looking cornerback, 73 overall, but only has 85 speed. Could start at safety or something, but I'm just going to sim to the end of the draft now. The computer should draft me those undrafted dudes. I should have said projected to go undrafted, because saying that you're going to draft someone who's undrafted is kind of an oxymoron. But let's check out the draft recap. How are those players? I doubt any of them were anything special. So we took the first 4 guys. There's a quarterback here, Stuart Hale. Looks pretty bad, 64 overall, 69 overall guard, 67 overall guard, 66 overall outside linebacker. And we also have this 61 overall strong safety. Henry Tinker. Oh no, what a name. But let's briefly check out the draft class here. In total, who went first overall? Lindsay Davey, sorry. Wait, he went first overall. He's a 74 overall. That was a terrible draft pick by the Jets. Okay, that guy is not good at all. Xavier Ellis is that running back. 82 overall, quick development, 94 speed. He went to the Colts too. 74 catching. He's a great receiving back if he needs to be. This guy is tremendous. I kind of wish I had him in one of my franchises. Yeah, Florida State just casually has another running back here, going in the second round, a little bit after their first one. This dude's an 81 overall. Justin Freeman, he's a power back though. 89 speed, 90 trucking. If, imagine these 2 guys in college. They have one running back who can absolutely just burn right by you, and then another dude who can absolutely run directly through you. That's like perfect. And then Dre Fletcher. Didn't go to the same school, just wanted to look at him because he has 98 speed. This was a pretty interesting looking draft class here. The team is a 76 overall heading into the second season. Surprisingly enough, Tom Brady did not retire. He's a 92 overall though. Regression hit him super hard. He lost a lot, but he's still a very good quarterback, so it's fine by me. He should still play well. Le'Veon Bell, now the highest overall player probably on the team. He's a 94 overall. We have a new wide receiver. What's his first name? Nate Lynch. Starting at wide receiver number 2, but he's also going to be playing in the slot. Offensive line is unchanged. I figured that it did all right last season. I don't really want to start this. Where is he? Whoever we drafted. This Gabriel dude, I'll just leave him on the outside for now. Jake Butts, or as like a backup, Jake Butts still the tight end. Deion Sims right behind him as well. Defensively, not too much has changed. Griffin is now starting at defensive tackle number 2, though. Marquise Griffin, our first draft pick. Not a bad-looking defensive tackle there. Now, this team will probably not make the playoffs once again, but who knows? There's a chance. Let's see what happens. The team's record this year at the midseason mark is 4-4, so not too much worse than last year. Hopefully, the second half of the season doesn't go the same way. 1 experience point here for a couple guys, and then on defense, probably the same. Yeah, I don't think I see anyone with 2. Tom Brady needs a contract. He's likely going to retire. It'd be really cool if he didn't. It'd be nice if I can have him for one last season. But I also have to bring back a bunch of other players here, so I'll get to that. Somehow, the team actually got a first-round bye. We went 10-6. I'm actually surprised that was enough for a first-round bye. The Chargers also went 10-6. Chiefs were 7-9. Broncos were 4-12. The AFC was not too strong then. If 10-6 actually got a first-round bye, didn't get a wild card. 3-1 in the preseason. Won the opening 2. Lost 4 in a row. Won 2 more. Then had our bye week. Then won 3 more. Lost 2. Won the last 3. So we actually played really well this season. Let's see. Who won MVP? I think it was Todd Gurley. That's what that news story says there. How did Tom Brady play, though? 4,444 yards. What a great number. 41 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's much more like Tom Brady. Last season, I think, was a bit of a fluke. 1,409 yards by Le'Veon Bell with 11 touchdowns. Jeremy Langford even contributed 4 touchdowns. Tom Brady and Deion Sims got rushing touchdowns. Let's go. Receiving, Devin Funchess, 9 touchdowns, 981 yards. Jake Butt, 10 touchdowns, 852 yards. That is a great season. Nate Lynch, the rookie, 920 yards, 8 touchdowns. Got good seasons there from those top 3 guys, all closing in on 1,000 yards. Blocking was very good this season. There we go, much better than last year. 136 tackles here from Jake Ryan. We have 14 tackles for loss for Frank Clark and for Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham leads the team in sacks with 9. Frank Clark has 8. Interceptions, we have 2 from Jordan Lewis and Trey Wayans, 1 from Jake Ryan and Darquez Denard. And any defensive touchdowns? No. Any safeties? No. And then blocked kicks, we have 1 from Jared Wilson, whatever. I think it's Gerard. 4th in the NFL on offense. 32nd on defense. So we were near the top on offense, and then we were last on defense. Okay, Tom Brady comes in second, though, for MVP. Nobody else on the Raiders. Derek Carr, though, makes it on the Patriots. That's kind of funny. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tom Brady. Anybody else from the Raiders? Le'Veon Bell, and they're at number 6. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Ryan Shazier. Jake Ryan, though, comes in 3rd. Is that Jayon Brown? That is Jayon Brown. That's pretty cool. Offensive Rookie of the Year, John Frick. What a name. Nate Lynch, though, comes in 3rd. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we have Marquise Griffin in there at number 8. Let's go. Okay, well, we should have a decent number of experience points. I kind of doubt Tom Brady got one. He did not. Okay, well, 2 for Devin Funchess, 2 for Jake Butt up there. Defensively, we have 2 for a bunch of players. I don't see anyone with 3. All right, so I'll spend these before we get into the games here. We have to take on the Browns, who are also 10-6, but the team is a 78 overall now. Here's a look at everyone, who upgraded pretty well, if you care about anyone in particular. But let's see what the Browns overall is. It's probably like 86. That's my guess here. They are an 86. Look at that. I'm a genius. Actually, I didn't even look at that beforehand. I genuinely just guessed that. I don't really feel like spending my coach experience. Let's just advance the week. Did we beat the Browns? We did not. 21-10. Not that. Let me go into the schedule. We lost this game by a 2-possession lead by 11 points. Let's see, though. Who played well? Did Tom Brady play well, or did he have a terrible game? Let's see. Tom Brady was actually pretty good. 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Baker Mayfield, 319, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Le'Veon Bell was okay. Nick Chubb had a touchdown, so the offense wasn't horrible. I guess our defense didn't play that well, though. I feel like this is the first time this has happened in a little while. We actually have some players who are supposed to go pretty early in this draft, so switch over to the draft board. We have 2 first-round draft picks, which usually doesn't happen. We have a 3rd-round draft pick, a 4th, a 5th, and then 3 undrafted guys. So let's start out here with Von Maxwell, most likely, or Cooper Volmer, maybe. Doesn't really matter. I have the 1st and the 2nd overall pick. So Von Maxwell, welcome to the team. 79 overall, quick development. But he looks actually really good. 86 tackling, pursuit, and hit power, 78 zone coverage, 90 acceleration. He will be the starting free safety. And this next draft pick, I'm actually just going to talk through the next 2. This next one is going to be that left tackle. We'll probably start somewhere on the offensive line. Not exactly sure where yet. But Cooper Volmer, 79 overall, has star dev, which is awesome too. Nice looking offensive lineman. And then now with this next pick in the 1st round, let's go with, I think, a 3rd round projected player. But I'm just going to take him now because why not, right? Then we have a 4th and a 5th. I should be able to get those guys with the next 2. Latavian Triplett. Great name. Hopefully a good running back. 77 overall, normal dev. He's a very good running back. He's not going to play at all, of course, because we have Le'Veon Bell, but still, not bad depth. Now we can go with Long Martin. That's a great name. Let's go with him here. He's not going to be anything special. 71 overall, really not good at all. The last pick I will show here is going to be Griffin Steen, who looks terrible. Supposed to be a late 5th rounder, but he has really bad top 3 skills. I'm just going to go with him here. 67 overall, normal development. Alright, let's send him to the end of the draft now. The computer should have drafted those, few projected to be undrafted players for us. Let's see if they did. This guy should have went to Michigan or something. Yeah, there's Michigan, Michigan State, Michigan State. Okay, so these 3 guys here, nothing special, but that's what they look like if anyone cares. It's actually a really good draft, one of the better ones I've had in one of these kind of videos. Who was the 1st ranked player, though? It was Franklin Turner, 83 overall safety. This was a good safety draft. 89 speed, 92 hit power, 89 tackling, 79 man coverage, 75 zone coverage. That guy looks really nice. Then Hudson Looney, Giorgio Gilbert, Tyreek Cates, another player out of Auburn there. Auburn had a nice draft in this one. Tom Brady finally decided to retire here. I think I just gave him like a massive contract too in case he didn't. But Kirk Cousins will be the quarterback for the last season. Hopefully he can still play well. I'm honestly not too sure how he plays in simulation. The rest of the offense is essentially the same there, except for the left guard. Volmer is now starting there. He's the left tackle we drafted. 79 overall, only goes down by 1 overall point when you shift him to guard. And then defensively, of course, now we have a new free safety, which is nice to see. I think everything else might be the same, or at least pretty similar. And then special teams, I'm just going to let the computer assign a kicker. That's what I usually do. And then specialist, it looks pretty much the same as it's been. Jordan Lewis is now the slot corner, though. Darquez Dennard is still here, right? Yeah, okay. So maybe Jordan Lewis is just a better slot corner now. Who knows? Let's advance. I'll see you at the end of the season. I'm actually going to spend my coach experience first, though. This time around, the team did not make the playoffs. They were 8-8, though, so not too bad. The Chargers 12-4, Chiefs 10-6, Broncos 5-11. I think we were 3-1 in the preseason. I feel like I remember that happening. Let's see if I'm right though. Yeah, we were 3-1 in the preseason. Lost the opening 2, won 4 straight. Lost to the Chiefs, beat the Jets, lost to the Dolphins and the Chargers there. Beat the Panthers, lost a couple, won the last 2. So Tom Brady retiring, I think, really did hurt us. Jared Goff wins MVP, pretty sure. Kirk Cousins, though, yeah, far worse than what Tom Brady did. Still a decent season, I guess. 3,700 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks. But still, Tom Brady put up over 40 touchdowns, over 4,400 yards last year. Le'Veon Bell was phenomenal once again. 1,505 yards, 14 touchdowns. Devin Funchess was very good. Nate Lynch had 7 touchdowns. Jake Butt had 4. Benny Fowler down there had 5. How many sacks let up? Almost at any sacks. Of course, there's going to be at least some. Taylor Lewan, 12 let up, isn't really that good. 9 for Jack Conklin, okay. Under 10 is kind of what I look for. 116 tackles from Jake Ryan. 14 tackles for loss for Frank Clark. 13 for Brandon Graham. 10 sacks for Frank Clark. 9 for Brandon Graham. Interceptions, 6 from Trey Waynes. That's a really good season there. 2 from Marcus Rush, Jabril Peppers, Vaughn Maxwell, and Darquez Denard. 1 from Jake Ryan and Ben Gideon. So defensive touchdowns. Anyone get any? I don't see any there. We have 1 safety, though, from Jake Ryan. And then we have 4 blocked kicks. Jake Ryan, Maurice Hurst, Marquise Griffin, and Ryan Glasgow. Just want to see something. How much is Griffin playing? He had 34 tackles. All right, yeah, he's playing for sure. Just wanted to make sure there. 15th on offense. I'm not really sure what to think about defense here. 18th. I kind of figured it would be like right around where the offense was. The Rams went undefeated. All right, 16-0 for them. Nobody from the Raiders on this list, but I think I saw Derek Carr again. Yep, I guess the Patriots system is great for quarterbacks. I don't know. But AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Deshaun Watson wins that one. Le'Veon Bell, though, comes in 4th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Denzel Perriman. Jaguars just have 4 players in there. That's interesting. Jake Ryan, though, comes in at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Zeke Hawkins. Latavian Triplett, our backup running back, makes the list. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Vaughn Maxwell, comes in 4th, our safety. Best quarterback goes to Deshaun Watson. Kirk Cousins, though, makes it at number 9. Best running back goes to Le'Veon Bell. That's pretty cool to see. Best wide receiver goes to DeAndre Hopkins. Nobody from the Raiders. Best offensive lineman goes to Quentin Nelson. He's a 96 overall at this point. Wow. Best defensive lineman goes to Melvin Ingram. Frank Clark, though, is in there at number 3. Brandon Graham's in there at number 6. Best linebacker goes to Von Miller. Nobody from the Raiders. Best defensive back goes to Trey Waynes. Jalen Mills is on the Texans now. Just caught my interest there for a second. Best kicker goes to Josh Lambo, but nobody from the Raiders. All right, well, this team got a first-round bye, the second season, which was really surprising. Went 8-8 this year, and then I think 6-10 the first season. Pretty sure in total they finished with more wins than losses, which is, I guess, kind of cool for this kind of team. If any of you guys, care about that kind of stuff there. A couple of experience points. Defensively, Trey Waynes only got 1, even though he was the best defensive back this season. But anyway, that's going to conclude this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.